Operation Deadlight was the code name for the Royal Navy operation to scuttle German U-boats surrendered to the Allies after the defeat of Germany near the end of World War II. Of the 156 U-boats that surrendered to the Allies at the end of the war, 116 were scuttled as part of Operation Deadlight. The operation was carried out by the Royal Navy and it was planned to tow the submarines to three areas about 100 miles northwest of Ireland and sink them. The areas were codenamed 20, YY and ZZ. The intention was to use 20 as the main area for scuttling while 36 boats would be towed to ZZ for use as targets for aerial attack. YY was to be a reserve position where, if the weather was good enough, submarines could be diverted from 20 to be sunk by naval forces. In the case of those submarines not being used as targets, the plan was to sink them via explosive charges, with naval gunfire as a fallback option if that failed. When Operation Deadlight was activated, it was found that many of the U-boats were in an extremely poor condition as a result of being moored in exposed harbors while awaiting disposal. Combined with poor weather, this meant that 56 of the boats sank before reaching the designated scuttling areas, and those which did, were generally sunk by gunfire rather than explosive charges. The first sinking took place on November 17, 1945 and the last on February 11, 1946. U-boats excluded from Operation Deadlight. Several U-boats escaped Operation Deadlight. Some were claimed as prizes by Britain, France, Norway and the Soviet Union. 4 were in East Asia when Germany surrendered and were commandeered by Japan. 2 U-boats that survived Operation Deadlight are today museum ships. U-505 was earmarked for scuttling, but Rear Admiral Daniel V. Gallery argued successfully that she did not fall under Operation Deadlight. United States Navy Task Group 22.3, under then-Captain Gallery, had captured U-505 in battle on June 4, 1944. Having been captured, not surrendered at the end of the war, she survived to become a war memorial at the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago. U-995 was transferred to Norway by Britain in October 1948 and became the Norwegian Cora. She was returned to Germany in 1965, to become a museum ship in 1971. Deadlight U-boats discovery. Between 2001 and 2003, nautical archaeologist Innes McCartney discovered and surveyed 14 of the U-boat wrecks, including the rare Type XXI U-boat U-2506, once under the command of Horst von Schroeter, and the successful Type IXC U-boat, U-155 commanded by Adolf Paning. In the late 1990s, an approach was made to the British Ministry of Defence for salvage rights to the Operation Deadlight U-boats, by a firm which planned to raise up to 100 of them. Because the U-boats were constructed in the pre-atomic age, the wrecks contain metals which are not radioactively tainted and which are therefore valuable for certain research purposes. No salvage award was made, due to objections from Russia and the USA, and it is now probable that the U-boats will remain under the sea. Bibliography: McCartney, Innes. Operation Deadlight U-boat investigation. After the battle. See also, scuttling of the German fleet in Scapa Flow, list of Operation Deadlight U-boats. References. External links, Operation Deadlight, a 1945 flight article.